in this video we will discuss about the oxidation of arenes. Oxidation of arenes is oxidation of benzene and its derivatives. So first we will see the catalytic oxidation. So the benzene, as you know, it is very resistant towards the action of even strong oxidizing agents like KMnO4 and potassium dichromate, etc., because of its stabilization or aromatic nature. Okay, so however, this benzene could be oxidized with oxygen when oxygen is passed over. Oxygen mixed with benzene vapors are passed over vanadium pentoxide at a higher temperature like 500 degrees Celsius. The ring will be ruptured to yield maleic anhydride. First they will be converting into malic acid, then this will undergo dehydration to form maleic anhydride. So this is happening in presence of V2O5. It's an organic compound which will perform this particular oxidation. Okay, next we will see the combustion of benzene. So benzene burns in air, that means in presence of oxygen, producing carbon dioxide and water. These things you already know. Next thing is very important one, side chain oxidation of groups in benzene. So in here what happens, you will be employing the condition alkaline KMnO4 and heat. So in this condition what will happen, any side chain attached to benzene ring will be oxidized to corresponding carboxylic acid. So here we are taking toluene. Toluene, that CH3 will be oxidized to carboxylic acid. So this is called xylene. This is orthoxylene because CH3 is attached at ortho position. If CH3 is at meta position, this will be metaxylene. CH3 is at para position, that will be paraxylene. So this will also undergo oxidation. Both CH3 groups will be oxidized to carboxylic acid. Next is, this is isopropyl benzene. Here this will be oxidized to, this side chain will be oxidized to carboxylic acid no matter how many carbons are present on the side chain. But if you are taking tertiary butyl benzene, there will not be any reaction happening when you are performing the alkaline KMnO4 condition. This is because in these cases you have benzylic hydrogens in it. So here you have 3 benzylic hydrogens, here 3, and here also you have 1 benzylic hydrogen. So it was found that in order to happen this oxidation, there should be at least 1 benzylic hydrogen. But in this case there is no benzylic hydrogen in this benzylic carbon. This is the benzylic carbon, that is the carbon, the alpha carbon attached to benzene ring. This does not contain any alpha hydrogens. So it will not undergo oxidation under alkaline KMnO4 condition. So side chain oxidation is prohibited in this case, whereas the other compound which is having alpha hydrogens will undergo side chain oxidation. Itard's reaction. This is a reaction in which the oxidizing agent involved is chromite chloride. Chromite chloride is the catalyst for this reaction. Chromite chloride, which is performing the oxidation. So here also the side chain. Side chain means that methyl group will be oxidized to aldehyde group by chromite chloride. That is what is happening. So first it will form a brown colored complex, then it will undergo oxidation, then you will be getting corresponding aldehydes. Similarly, so this particular reaction, the oxidation with chromite chloride, toluene will be oxidized to benzaldehyde. This particular reaction is called Itard's reaction. Similarly, ortho and meta-paraxylenes are also oxidized to corresponding toluene aldehydes. One CH3 will be oxidized. So this is called toluene aldehyde. So this is happening with Itard reaction. But whereas if we are using alkaline KMnO4, both the CH3 will be oxidized to carboxylic acid. So here you have to remember, you have control on oxidation. You can stop at the aldehydic stage. So this is a mild oxidizing agent. Now we will see some synthesis and properties of some polynuclear aromatic compounds. So, benzene, as you know, the two benzene rings are fused means you will be getting naphthalene. Naphthalene structure would be like this, and you know anthracene, which this is naphthalene, and anthracene means three benzene rings. So this is anthracene. So we will see now the synthesis of naphthalenes in detail. So first and foremost is a very important synthesis, Haworth synthesis of naphthalene. It involves 4 steps. First step is Friedel-Crafts acylation. Friedel-Crafts acylation step. So this is an important step in this process. So that benzene, for this reaction, benzene will be acylated. So benzene will be acylated. You can do acylation with 2 reagents. One will be acid chloride, means acetyl chloride, or you can use acetic anhydride, means anhydride. Okay, so this is succinic anhydride. Succinic anhydride. So we need more number of carbon atoms because we have to construct one more ring over here. Okay, so accordingly we are taking the anhydride. If you are taking acetic anhydride, you will be getting only COCH3. Two more carbons only you will be getting. So we need more carbons. Means here are 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbons are required. So accordingly we are taking the anhydride. Now you know the catalyst for this reaction is Lewis acid. That is aluminium trichloride, and if you are heating, you will be getting this benzene ring, acyl group, CO group, then CH2, CH2, CO2, H. Here it will be breaking. Okay, so here that electrophile is generated will be attached to benzene ring, as we have seen in aromatic electrophilic substitution. Now second step is Clemenson's reduction. Clemenson's reduction. So what is the reagent for Clemenson's reduction? It is zinc amalgam in HCl. So our this you can call benzoyl propionic acid. So this benzoyl propionic acid is subjected to Clemenson's reduction using zinc amalgam and HCl in presence of water. So what is the purpose of this reagent? This will be reducing carbonyl group to CO group 2, carbonyl group to CH2. Okay, carbonyl group in aldehydes and ketones will be reduced to CH2 groups. Okay, selectively. So this is the carbonyl group. This is part of carboxylic acid. This will not be affected by zinc amalgam. Okay, so this will be reduced to CH2 group. So you will be getting CH2 group of here, CH2, CH2, then again CO2H. So this is the second step, Clemenson's reduction. So this third step in Haworth synthesis is the ring closure step. So we have introduced 4 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the benzene ring. Okay, now this ring has to be joined. So here there is one hydrogen. Okay, so this will be removed. Water elimination will be happening with concentrated H2SO4. As you know, this is a dehydrating agent. So water will be expelled. So you will be getting a ring like this plus H2O. Okay, now ring is fused. Okay, we are close to naphthalene ring system. So binuclear complex is formed. Means a compound is formed. Now what will happen? We have to do this. This group has to be eliminated. Okay, that carbonyl group. So what do you do? Clemenson reduction again. So Clemenson reduction on this compound, you will be getting here CH2. Okay. Now I am very close to naphthalene. What you have to do? Here you have to introduce the aromatization. That means here there are hydrogens over here everywhere, two hydrogens. So you have to remove hydrogens from this ring, cyclohexane ring. Okay, how many hydrogens? Here you have to introduce a pi bond, here you have to introduce a pi bond. So 2 hydrogens from here, 2 hydrogens from here. So dehydrogenation you have to do. So dehydrogenation is nothing but reduction. So we have to do dehydrogenation. It's not reduction. Okay, this compound is called tetraline. So removal of hydrogen. Okay. So what we will do? That step is called aromatization process. Okay. So here you have to extensively heat this tetraline with selenium or palladium, elemental selenium or palladium. We will be getting the naphthalene along with the hydrogen. So that is how we are getting naphthalene, Haber synthesis of naphthalene. So first we have seen benzene ring plus succinic anhydride. So in benzene ring we have introduced 4 more carbons by Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. In the second step we have performed Clemmensen reduction, in which you will be getting a carbonyl group in the ring near to the ring. That ring will be reduced to CH2 group. Okay. Now next we have done ring closure reaction. So when we heated with concentrated H2SO4, that ring will be closed. You are getting a compound called tetralone. This is called tetralone. Okay. In the next step, we got rid of this CO group by again Clemmensen reduction. So you are getting tetraline. The next step you have to aromatize this ring by heating with selenium or palladium. You are getting naphthalene. So that is how we are achieving the synthesis of naphthalene.